Hey guys, it's your girl Tina. I want to go ahead and shout out my homeboy, Chanton Bullock. Chanton done sent me this crazy story. A lot of y'all have, but he was the first. And it's coming out of our second favorite state, trifling ass Texas. So what's going on now in Texas, you ask? What's going on is that you have a trifling ass little girl. She was 16 years old. She had snuck a 17-year-old boy into her bedroom. And at 2:30 in the morning, her father walked in on her and this boy having sex. So instead of admitting to her father, you know, that this is her boyfriend or her lover and basically just owning up to the fact that she was caught red-handed, she proceeded to lie and said that she didn't know who the hell this boy was. The boy then starts arguing with the father allegedly, and the father claims that he saw the boy going to grab something and he shot and killed this young man. This situation is just tragic. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip right now, and I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
He was all of 17, and Jiron McCormick was like family to Omar Hicks.
That was my baby brother. I miss him so much, and I wish it didn't happen.
But it did. McCormick was shot dead inside this home by a father who believed he was an intruder.
I have never ever felt a pain like this, ever.
All Zakia McCormick knows was that her son was snuck into that house by a 16-year-old girl. But when her father walked in on them, she claimed to not know him.
As a mom, I just can't imagine. And I know that dad was probably trying to protect the family, but he should have let the authorities handle it.
Instead, investigators tell us the girl's dad called 911, got into an argument with McCormick, and then shot him because the dad saw him reach for something and was afraid.
I would like my baby back, but I know that's not possible. A call, you know, I'm sorry.
We don't know much about the girl, but friends say she was quiet, and her father ended up on a stretcher after what happened for some sort of medical condition.
They were strict. They didn't really like her doing a lot of things.
Now, instead of enjoying spring break, McCormick's family is planning his funeral.
I really wish that he would have had a second thought about killing a child.
And his heartbroken friends are still trying to understand how this could happen.
He was at my house yesterday, and now he's gone.
The girl's family hasn't been home all day, but at this point the father hasn't been charged. The case will go to the grand jury and they will decide. We're live near Spring. Tiffany.
Okay, so you guys just watched the news clip, and a lot of things bother me with this story. I feel like there's a lot of holes in this story. So first of all, let me get to this girl. First of all, this girl is 16 years old, so she knows the difference between right and wrong. Bitch, you were caught red-handed. If your ass was grown enough to have sex in your father's house, and then once you got caught, your punk ass should have been grown enough to just take that fucking punishment. You should just admit it to your wrongs, apologize to your father, and accepted your punishment. But instead, you chose to lie and get this young man shot. The father is saying that the young man was talking back to him and was arguing with him, and that he didn't know who this young man was, and supposedly the young man was reaching for something, so that's why he shot the young man. I'm not buying this story. Where was this gun at? If this young man was in the bed with this girl, were they having sex with the damn, you know, pistol right there in the bed? Like, where did he have his gun at? You know what I'm saying? And even I feel like the father shot the young boy to prove a point to his daughter. Because you have a lot of psychos running around here who shoot first and then ask questions later. And he knew he could get away with it in Texas because a young man was in his home. I don't feel like that young man had a weapon. I feel like him and the daughter were having sex. The daughter lied, and the argument ensued because the young man was probably arguing with the daughter like, yo, why are you lying on me? Why are you acting like you don't know who I am? Tell your dad the truth. And I think that that's what happened, is that the old man wasn't ready to come to the realization that his daughter was fast as fuck and was fucking under his nose. I'm not buying that this young man had a gun, and the girl now is trying to stand by her father, but y'all gotta look at it like this. If she could lie that quickly, okay, in the heat of the moment, if she could lie that quickly and basically wash her hands of this young man and claim that she didn't know him, you mean to tell me that she's not gonna lie for her father so her father don't go to jail for the rest of his life? I'm not believing her story, and I'm not believing the father's story. And in my personal opinion, both these motherfuckers need to be in jail. The daughter for lying because it was her fault that the young man was killed, and the father for being trigger happy and killing somebody when there was no imminent threat. Your daughter wasn't being raped, sir. Your daughter was being fast as hell. And this is why a lot of these young boys need to watch out. You can't sneak into everybody's house. You can't be in everybody's house unannounced. Some of these girls are just trifling and ratchet as hell. In one instance, she's having sex and feeling good and everything else. In the next instance, she don't know who the young man is that she's sleeping with. What kind of shit is that? I think the father and the daughter both need to be thrown under the jail. There's no reason for this young man to have lost his life in the manner in which he lost it. This whole situation is just despicable, and I'm not believing either one of their stories at this point in time. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire trifling ass situation that's coming out of our second favorite state, trifling ass Texas. Do you believe this father's story? And how do you feel about the daughter lying and claiming that she didn't know who this boy was? And do you feel like both of them should be charged, or do you feel like only the father should be charged for killing this young man? Let me know your thoughts. All right, deuces.